Good morning, children. Welcome back with the next new session. So, in this session, we are going to discuss a fresh new lesson from 8th standard textbook, lesson number 17, Understanding Poverty. Lesson number 17, Understanding Poverty. So, in this lesson, we'll discuss more of what poverty is. Okay, actual meaning of poverty. We are going to discuss the situations what in our country like India, what situations of poverty we have. Okay, so what are the reasons for the poverty? Okay, to overcome this problem, what are the steps that the government are taking? Is really these steps are helping the people or reaching every person in the country? So we'll all discuss about this lesson in the sessions in the following sessions. Okay, so for this session, for today's particular session, we are going to discuss what poverty is. Okay, so firstly, poverty is a situation where people could not afford food, or if they afford food also, it is not sufficient for them to have or to gain energy. Okay, it is not sufficient to have a proper food or the healthy ones. Okay, so it is said that every person should have a minimum kilocalorie of food. Okay, minimum kilocalorie of food which they are not able to get, and that too people whose earnings are less are the people who come under the poverty line. Now government has decided on the annual income of the people. Depending on the annual income, it depends on the person, like it depends on the earning of a person, whether they come under poverty line or below poverty line, or in middle class or higher class or upper middle class, or what it is. Okay, so it all defines with the income what the person is earning, that is of annual income. So when we talk about the poverty, what people face is they could not even satisfy their basic needs. Their basic needs of home, like basic needs of food, clothing and shelter also satisfied, is not being satisfied. So what happening is, as the person, if they suffer from this problem, if they could not satisfy their basic needs, the family will face the problems, and so on. The children will not have a better future. That means to give them a proper education, to give them a proper health care, they could not provide all these things, so they will be suffer, and so on. After the generation, the next generation will also have to follow the same kind of an occupation what the father has done, because the father may not give them proper studies. So if proper studies are not there, what is going to happen? The child or the like the children in the family, they could not go for the education path, and they could not even get a good job. Okay, isn't it? Without education, there is no job that is available. They have to work. That means either they have to work in the fields, or either they have to work using of bullock carts, or they have to work under some people, isn't it? So these kind of situations usually come, or they have to they have to use some raw materials and preparing some handicraft things. Usually we find people like vegetable sellers or fruit sellers, or people who comes for a daily wages workers. So what are their situations? Their situations are same like a poverty situations, though they look like us, though they sell and they earn for their daily needs, sell and earn their daily money, their needs are not being satisfied. Okay, by the end of the year or by the end of the month, there is no proper amount in their hands. Okay, they have to adjust, they have to divide their amount in such a way so that they can at least afford one or the two meals a day. So this is what the situation usually happens in India. So in this lesson number 17, understanding poverty lesson, so there's a story about a person known as Ramacharya and Chandraya. So these are the people. They are the people who are person who is in basket weaver, and a person who is in he's in cobbler or something like that. So it's a small story. Okay, you can just get this book and you can read this lesson. So what situations they are facing. Okay, so what I wanted to say is, what poverty is. Poverty is a line area. That means poverty is an area where they cannot satisfy their basic needs. They cannot have proper meals a day also. Okay, that means the people, they don't have enough money, will come under poverty line. Okay, now we'll discuss about the chronic hunger. What is chronic hunger? Now what happening is, in our country it is said that every person is compulsorily, they should have a 3 to 4 meals a day. 3 to 4 meals a day: breakfast, lunch, Okay, the tea time snacks, that is compulsory or not, but finally the dinner, at least 3 times a meal is very much important for a person to have an energy, isn't it? Now, every person in the country are not getting this kind of, like, every person in the country, most of the people, especially from the rural areas, and most of the people in urban areas also, are not getting the 3 times a meal. Okay, now it is not like that people who are living in the rural areas are poor people, or people who are living in the urban areas are rich people. Many people in the urban areas today, that means many people in the cities and towns are the people who have come from the villages only to have their livelihood, to have the jobs, okay, to work here in the cities. So because they have left their houses behind in the villages and they have come to the cities to work, isn't it? Most of the people we may know, and most of us also have come from the cities, like villages only. They have, like, maybe your fathers or maybe your grandfathers have left their villages back and they have settled down in the cities and they have started their business, isn't it? So many people, people have different reasons for leaving their villages and coming back to the cities, because cities are the places, or urban areas are the places where development can be seen in a very fast way. Okay, that means there are different services are provided in the urban areas. Okay, and development is can be seen more in the urban areas than in the rural areas. That is the reason why, even they create an employment opportunity also. Many people get the jobs more in urban areas rather than the rural areas. If they get a chance, or if they get a job in rural areas also, the salary or the amount they earn is not sufficient when compared to the people who earn in the urban areas, isn't it? So these are the situations, these are the reasons why many of the people from rural areas come back to the urban areas in search of food. Now, in search of money or in search of employment. Now what is happening when they come back, when they come from the villages? What happened? Their lifestyle, when they start their life in the urban areas, maybe they'll be living in a small hut, or maybe they'll be living in a small single room. Okay, if you talk about the metropolitan cities like Mumbai, Chennai and all these places, what you see, most of the areas are of slum areas. Now what are slum areas? Slum areas are the areas where the living conditions are not good. Okay, the sanitation facilities are not good, the water facilities are not good, the road facilities, that means the areas are not good. Okay, place where a lot of drainages, that means the flyovers, and you can see many of the people, like under the bridges, under the flyovers only their huts are being placed. These people, usually the people who come under poverty line or below poverty line, their huts or their houses, maybe the thatched ones. Okay, these huts or these houses are under the flyovers, or in a group of houses are all together near the big drainages and all. Have you seen the from the movies? In the most of the movies they show these scenes, isn't it? So slum areas are the areas, because in the metropolitan cities most of the people they come from the villages, though they, as there is a less place in the cities to live, and if they get a place also, places are very much expensive for them. Even to pay the rent also, it is very much, it will be a lot of burden for their pocket. That means they cannot pay even their rent also. So that is the reason why most of the people start living in these kind of huts. So these are the situations why slum areas starts increasing. So people, when they start living in the slums, what is happening? As it is a slum area, there is no proper sanitation facilities. That means all the dirt and all the drainages and all starts flowing near the near the slum areas only. So there will be a lot of chances for the germs, or even like mosquitoes, or different kind of diseases, like epidemic diseases like skin diseases will be seen more in these places only. The water facilities, the clean water drinking facilities are not proper there. So such kind of problems, electricity will not be there properly. Okay, so like even the washrooms are not even clean for them to go. So these kind of situations what people face when they come to the urban areas. Now let's talk about the urban areas and the rural areas. What happened about the food intake? Okay, now if the food is not taken in a proper way, what is happening here? Like the person, if he is able to only buy 2 meal or a single meal in a day, or maybe he is going to eat only once in a day or twice in a day, Okay, so why these people have only once or twice? Because they don't have money to eat 3 times a day or 4 times a day. So what they have to do, they have to adjust and they have to keep themselves hungry, and they have to eat only one or two meals a day. This is all because of the less money that they have. So the person like Ramacharya and Chandraya, the people, though they work day and night, though they are tired for the work for the entire day, they could not earn enough money to even buy a single meal a day. So they have to go back to from the villages, they have to go back to the cities every day to sell whatever they have made, or for their job, or like whatever they do for their livelihood, they have to travel all these places. Okay, now what is happening here is, people in the rural areas and people in the urban areas, both these people have to take minimum of food. If the food is not taken properly, that means if the food is not taken properly, what is happening, people are not going to get enough energy. If the energy levels are down, what is going to happen, the muscles are going to get weak, the bones are going to get tender. So the bones, if there is no proper nutrition, or the person starts getting weak, and many diseases will be welcome to them, isn't it? So it is said that every person, at least in the minimum of minimum, a person should have 2400 kilocalories a day. Okay, 2400 kilocalories per day. Okay, or it should be minimum 2100 kilocalories. It is said that in the urban areas it is some 2100 kilocalories should be a minimum, and a person who is from rural areas, they should intake of 2400 calories. Now why 2400 kilocalories is, as most of the people in the villages, they do whatever the work is, they do with their hands, they do not depend upon the machines. Okay, just for just using their vehicles, or just going on for just using the electronic devices what they have. It's not easy for them. Okay, maybe the situations or maybe the conditions in the villages have all changed today, but most of the places, most of the villages, still they face these kind of problems only. Now it is seen that when the survey was conducted, it was seen that people from the rural areas are not even taking 2400 kilocalories a day. Okay, so that is very much important. That means a minimum basic of 2400 kilocalories are also being not intake. Out of 5, only 2 people or 3 people are having that much food, remaining people are undernourished. Okay, then when it comes to the village, when it comes to the urban areas, it is said that 2100 kilocalorie, but whereas they are only 2 people out of 5 members are only having proper food. Okay, so if such conditions are going to persist, what is going to happen, if such conditions are going to be followed, what is going to happen is, especially the women, okay, when they are going to give a birth to the child, so what is happening, if she is not properly having a healthy food, okay, so that is going to affect the child, what is there in her womb. Okay, the child will not grow healthily, the child will not be after giving the birth also, the child will be underweight. Okay, the child's the body parts will not be growth well. If she has given the birth also, the child mental status or the child growth growing will also be very much less when compared to the healthy child. So it is very much important that a person should take the minimum to the maximum amount of kilocalories a day. Okay, now more of kilocalories taking is also will lead to the obesity, so that is also another case. But whereas when we are talking about poverty, it is said that minimum kilocalories has to be taken by the people. Okay, so this was all about the lesson. In today's session we have just discussed what poverty is and what chronic hunger is. In the next upcoming sessions we are going to discuss what are the reasons for the poverty. Okay, so what are the situations India is facing. Okay, we'll be also discussing the government, the what kind of steps they have taken. We are going to discuss whether this has helped or not, up to what level these steps have helped the people. Okay, I hope you have all understood this part of small session in this lesson today. Okay, we'll meet up in the next upcoming session. Okay, for any more doubts and queries, please ask us immediately. We'll meet up in the next upcoming class. Till then, bye children. Thank you. Have a nice day.